Listen up, you lazy sods. Tired of the same old takeout because you think cooking is harder than climbing Everest? Well, get ready to up your game because we're about to turn your freezer into a culinary arsenal. We're prepping 20 freezer meals that are gonna make your life easier and tastier than ever before. No more excuses for serving up pathetic frozen dinners. This is real food, prepped ahead, and ready to go when you are. This beef stew is so packed with flavor, it'll make you want to slap your mama. We're talking tender chunks of beef, hearty vegetables, and a rich, flavorful gravy that will warm you up from the inside out. Brown that beef until it's nice and caramelized, you hear me? Then we're gonna layer in those vegetables, hit it with some stock, and let it simmer until it's fall-apart tender. Portion it out into freezer-safe containers, and you've got yourself a restaurant-quality meal ready to go whenever you are. These enchiladas are so good, they'll make you want to dance the salsa. We're talking tender chicken, a smoky chipotle sauce, and melty cheese all wrapped up in soft tortillas. First, we're going to roast that chicken until it's juicy and flavorful. Then we're going to shred it up and toss it with our homemade enchilada sauce. None of that bottled rubbish. Roll it all up in some tortillas, top it with cheese, and bake it until it's golden brown and bubbly. This is not your mama's soggy lasagna, alright? This is a flavor explosion that even the biggest carnivore will devour. We're talking layers of fresh, seasonal vegetables, a rich and creamy ricotta filling, and homemade marinara sauce. Roast those vegetables until they're caramelized and tender, then layer them up with the ricotta mixture and plenty of cheese. These carnitas are so tender they'll melt in your mouth. We're talking succulent pork shoulder, slow cooked to perfection with aromatic spices and citrus. First, sear that pork shoulder until it's beautifully browned all over, then toss it in a slow cooker with onions, garlic, and a blend of your favorite Mexican spices. Let it cook low and slow until it's fall-apart tender, then shred it up and crisp it up in a hot pan. This baked ziti is the ultimate comfort food, and it's so easy to make ahead and freeze. We're talking perfectly cooked ziti pasta, a rich and meaty tomato sauce, and a blend of cheeses that will make your taste buds sing. Cook that ziti al dente, then toss it with your favorite marinara sauce, ground beef, and a generous amount of cheese. Layer it all up in a baking dish, top it with even more cheese, and bake it until it's golden brown and bubbly. This turkey chili is packed with flavor and protein, and it's a great way to use up leftover turkey after Thanksgiving. But don't wait for a holiday, you can use ground turkey anytime. We're talking lean ground turkey, hearty beans, fire-roasted tomatoes, and a blend of spices that will warm you up from the inside out. Brown that turkey until it's cooked through, then toss it in a pot with the remaining ingredients. This shepherd's pie is the ultimate comfort food, and it's surprisingly easy to make ahead and freeze. We're talking a savory layer of ground lamb, or beef if you prefer, cooked with vegetables in a rich gravy, topped with a layer of creamy mashed potatoes. Brown that ground lamb until it's cooked through, then add in your vegetables and let them soften. Stir in some flour, then gradually whisk in your stock to create a luscious gravy. These meatballs are so tender and flavorful, they'll make you say, "Mamma mia!" We're talking a mixture of ground beef, pork, and veal, or just beef and pork if you prefer, seasoned to perfection with herbs and spices, simmered in a rich and flavorful marinara sauce. Combine your ground meats with breadcrumbs, grated Parmesan cheese, eggs, chopped parsley, and your favorite Italian seasonings. Roll the mixture into meatballs, then brown them in batches in a large skillet. Simmer the meatballs in your favorite marinara sauce until they're cooked through, then let them cool completely before freezing. These stuffed peppers are bursting with flavor and color, and they're a great way to sneak in some extra vegetables. We're talking bell peppers stuffed with a savory mixture of ground meat, rice, vegetables, and cheese, all baked to perfection. Cut the bell peppers in half lengthwise and remove the seeds and membranes. In a large bowl, combine your ground meat, cooked rice, chopped vegetables, tomato sauce, and seasonings. These stuffed shells are a classic Italian comfort food, and they're surprisingly easy to make ahead and freeze. Jumbo pasta shells cooked to perfection, stuffed with ricotta, spinach, and parmesan, smothered in marinara sauce. Cook the shells, drain, and rinse under cold water. Combine ricotta, spinach, parmesan, eggs, and seasonings. Stuff the shells, arrange in a dish, top with marinara and mozzarella. This BBQ pulled pork is so tender and flavorful you'd swear it was slow cooked for hours. But here's the secret. We're using a slow cooker to do all the work for us. Season a pork shoulder with your favorite BBQ rub, then place it in a slow cooker with a splash of liquid, water broth or even beer. Cook on low for 6 to 8 hours or until the pork is fall apart tender. Shred the pork using 2 forks, then toss it with your favorite BBQ sauce. These breakfast burritos are the perfect way to start your day, and they're so easy to make ahead and freeze. We're talking fluffy scrambled eggs, crispy bacon or sausage, melty cheese, and your favorite fillings all wrapped up in warm tortillas. Cook your eggs to your liking, then set them aside. Cook your bacon or sausage until crispy, then drain it on paper towels. Warm your tortillas in the microwave or on a griddle. This sweet and sour chicken is better than takeout and healthier. Crispy chicken in a tangy sauce with bell peppers, onions, and pineapple. Cut chicken into pieces, coat with cornstarch and seasonings. Heat oil, cook chicken until golden brown. Remove chicken, set aside, sauté bell peppers, onions, and pineapple until tender crisp. This Moroccan tagine is a feast for the senses, with its aromatic blend of spices and tender chunks of lamb or chicken. A rich stew with dried fruits, nuts, and a hint of sweetness to tantalize your taste buds. Heat oil in a large pot over medium heat. Season your meat with salt, pepper, and Moroccan spices. Sear until browned on all sides. Sauté onions, garlic, and ginger until softened. Stir in cumin, coriander, turmeric, cinnamon, and saffron. Add tomatoes, dried fruits, and chicken broth. These salmon patties are a healthy and delicious way to enjoy this heart-healthy fish. We're talking flaky salmon, fresh herbs, and a crispy exterior that will have you hooked from the first bite. Drain your canned salmon and remove any skin or bones. In a large bowl, combine the salmon, breadcrumbs, chopped onion, egg, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, and your favorite herbs, such as dill, parsley, or chives. Season the mixture with salt and pepper to taste. This quiche Lorraine is a classic for a reason. It's delicious, versatile, and perfect for any meal of the day. We're talking a flaky, buttery crust filled with a creamy custard, savory bacon, and nutty Gruyere cheese. First, blind bake your pie crust until it's lightly golden. While it's cooling, cook diced bacon until crispy. Next, whisk together eggs, cream, milk, salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Sprinkle the bacon and cheese into the cooled crust. This beef and broccoli stir-fry is a quick and easy weeknight meal. Tender beef, crisp broccoli, and a savory sauce come together in minutes. Slice your beef thinly against the grain. Whisk soy sauce, oyster sauce, cornstarch, sesame oil, and sugar. Marinate the beef for 15 minutes. Heat oil in a wok over high heat. Stir-fry the beef until browned. This chicken pot pie is the ultimate comfort food, and it's surprisingly easy to make ahead and freeze. Tender chicken, vegetables, and a creamy sauce in a flaky, golden brown crust. Preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Melt butter, cook chicken until browned. Add vegetables, cook until tender crisp. Stir in flour, salt, and pepper. Whisk in chicken broth and milk until thick. Pour mixture into a greased baking dish. This lentil soup is hearty, flavorful, and packed with plant-based protein. We're talking a symphony of lentils, vegetables, and warming spices that will nourish your body and soul. Rinse the lentils under cold water. In a large pot or Dutch oven, heat the olive oil over medium heat. Add the onion, carrots, and celery and cook until softened, about 5 to 7 minutes. Add the garlic, cumin, coriander, turmeric, and paprika, and cook for 1 minute more. Stir in the lentils, vegetable broth, bay leaf, salt, and pepper, and this baked macaroni and cheese is the ultimate comfort food, and it's surprisingly easy to make ahead and freeze. We're talking perfectly cooked macaroni, a creamy cheese sauce, and a crispy breadcrumb topping. Cook macaroni according to package directions. While it's cooking, prepare the cheese sauce. Melt butter in a saucepan. Whisk in flour, then gradually whisk in milk until smooth. Bring to a simmer, then reduce heat and gradually whisk in shredded cheese until melted and smooth. Stir in cooked macaroni. Pour into a greased baking dish. There you have it, you lot. 20 freezer meals that are gonna make you wonder why you ever ordered takeout in the first place. No more excuses about not having time to cook. No more settling for bland and boring frozen dinners. You've got a freezer full of flavor ready to go whenever you are. Now get in the kitchen and start cooking, you donkey.